Good afternoon, Dodgers. I hope this message finds you well. This is Mark Schwartz, your superintendent, and I am giving you an update on our reentry plans for September. This is a presentation that was shown on Tuesday night. There are a few updates to it, and this video is meant to be an overview of what was given for everyone. So if you didn't make the presentation on Tuesday, you can still see the information here, and I'm going to highlight the key takeaways so that you feel informed. We started the presentation by talking about outcomes, and we want to make sure that people just feel a sense of confidence in the decisions that we are making. There is so much work going on behind the scenes and can't possibly be represented here, but we wanted to make sure that the key takeaways were made available to you. One of those first takeaways are the guardrails that we're using in our decision making. So safety is the #1 priority for our students. Second only to safety, though, is our critical mission of bringing our students back to school in person. We know that not being in school is not good for our students. We want all of you students and the children of all of you parents back here as quickly as possible, but we need to make sure that we can guarantee people's safety to the absolute best ability we possibly can. And that's why we're in regular consultation with our health officials, and we are constantly combing the public data, and we are constantly thinking about every precaution that we can possibly take to ensure that safety. This is why we're using a phased approach in Madison as well. So phase 1 is effectively the safest way to bring students back to school. We are not having any mass gatherings, including lunch, and we are ensuring 6 feet of distance for everyone. That requires us to use alternating days. We can't have all students in and maintain 6 feet of distance. However, if we are in a place where we are able to do that and execute that with the health data still staying strong and with safety compliance going very, very well, then we are very comfortable moving forward to phase 2, but only after we've demonstrated success in phase 1. Once we've demonstrated success in phase 2, we're able to then take that more calculated step forward to possibly bringing all students back in a full day. We really hope that that's something that we can do in just a short few months, and possibly before the new year have everybody back full time. I share this data just to illustrate the fact that we're confident moving forward in this environment because the public health data in New Jersey has been strong. Remember talking about flattening the curve? That's a pretty flat curve at this point in time. Hopefully that curve stays flat. And the key to that curve staying flat is good safety practices, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, because one of those critical safety practices is mask wearing. So we spent the rest of the presentation talking about phase 1 because that is what we're leading with for safety's sake. Many parents have asked, why don't we start with all students in all day? Well, the answer to that is not only because we want to follow the 6 feet of distance, but also because a significant portion of families in Madison expect 6 feet of distance to be able to come back with confidence, at least at first. So as of the survey we took last week, only 38% of district parents were comfortable returning to school with 3 feet of distance, and we cannot maintain 6 feet with full enrollment. But again, we're confident that public confidence will increase as we can demonstrate success. So the way that this model will work is effectively we're breaking students who are coming to in-person into 2 groups, and they're going to follow a fixed schedule on days of the week. And we're going to demonstrate that in a second, but there's also an opportunity for students to have remote instruction. This is a universally eligible situation, so anyone can sign up for remote instruction, and those students who are on remote instruction will have live support and follow the same schedules as students that are in school. The schedule does look like this. It involves a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday split, and Wednesday is all remote for all students so that we can deep clean our buildings. On every single one of these days, every single student, whether in person or in remote, will get active and live support on a schedule with their teachers. And they will also all be cohorted together so that there is integration between the students who are in school and out of school. As far as the building movement and safety is concerned, you can read through these details, but we are doing everything in our capacity to ensure that our buildings are ready for safe, even safer operations than we've had in the past. That includes flow modifications, it includes ventilation modifications, the use of outdoor areas, and minimizing movement. For student and staff safety, one of the critical features is going to be mask wearing. We have to have face coverings because we know that they seem to be significant in reducing the spread of COVID-19. But there are many other measures that we have in place. You can read some of them here. The last 2 items deal with our ability to respond to situations as they occur, because it is going to be critical that we can do that well, efficiently, and safely, so that if we ever do have an incident of any kind of students having, or staff members as well, having symptoms in school, we can ensure that if they possibly are contaminated with COVID-19, that we could be in a situation where there is no chance for them to infect anyone else through our safe procedures. It also will help us with contact tracing should one of those situations occur. For teaching and learning, as I alluded to before, all students will have access to live scheduled instruction regardless of whether they are home or whether they are in school. This will help to keep all of our students together. It will help continue to build relationships, and it will ensure the maximum safety and the continued learning progress for all of our students. Learning will also continue after the school day. Even though we have an early dismissal, there will still be scheduled afternoon activities for students so that we are still receiving a full complement of our curriculum. As far as actions for parents, please make note that September 8th is our new start of school. We were supposed to start on the 31st. We made a decision and the board voted and approved our calendar change. That's going to allow us to have ample time to prepare our staff. It'll give us ample time to prepare our buildings, and it will not compromise or significantly shift the end of the school year. So please make sure that you have your calendars marked for that. Also, please make sure that you're exploring childcare options for your children who need it. We recognize that this hybrid model is a serious inconvenience for working families, and so it's going to take some coordination and some community support to make sure that we have proper supervision for kids. And again, as I said before, that is one of the reasons we acknowledge and why we are trying to get to full enrollment as soon as possible. School and district communications will be coming out to you this week. The schools will be releasing sample schedules so parents can have an idea as to what their students will experience during the school day. My communications will resume with these videos on a bi-weekly basis. So you'll get your next video from me on August 14th. We also are going to send out a substitute teaching survey because we know that we're going to have increased staff absences because we are not going to let anybody come to school if they're sick. So we are going to need plenty of people as substitute teachers. If you have 60 college credits and you are interested in becoming a substitute teacher for us, then you can respond to the survey when it goes out, or you can send a message to our human resources office or just call the front office and we'll get you set up. So as far as moving forward, please participate in the superintendent coffee on the 10th and the Board of Education meeting on the 18th if you're interested in learning more as it's unfolding, but I will keep you posted with these videos. For an appendix to the presentation, we have some upcoming dates. These include the upcoming updates that you'll receive from me. And finally, we've provided some clickable resources for further reading if you want to know more about the guidance that's out there. Obviously, you can't ask any questions right now, but we do have a frequently asked questions document. I've been getting inundated with emails, so I'm getting a little slow to my response to families. So if you want to be patient and you want to come to the coffee, or you want to wait for our frequently asked questions document that will be produced next week, that would probably be your best way to get your question answered. But of course, you can always reach out to your school and you can always reach out to us, and we'll do our best to get back to you and get your questions answered. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a critically important mission. Thank you for partnering with us, and thank you for taking care of the public health through your safe behaviors. Please continue that, and let's get back to school, and let's kick off an awesome 2021 school year.